Hey everyone, this is my Ford Falcon Ba, and I went to go change the power steering fluid and flush it, and I went on YouTube to have a look to see if there were any other videos already out there that can guide me on this process, but I noticed there really wasn't very much. So here's my video today following my process, and I hope it helps others out there. What I started off with was jacking up the front two wheels, putting them on jack stands and making sure that I'll be able to freely turn the wheels left to right later on to be able to flush out the old fluid. What you'll be looking at in terms of parts will of course be an empty bottle to drain the old fluid into, some new fluid, some tubing. I've opted for a syringe to take out most of the old fluid to start with, and I've made myself a bit of a blanking hose here. What I'll be looking at doing is, as I mentioned, start off by removing as much of the old fluid out of the top of the power steering reservoir here, and then we'll see down the bottom of the reservoir there's an outlet and a return hose here. So my plan will be to once empty here, reroute this factory return hosing with my extension piping into the empty bottle for removal of the old fluid, and I'll be using my blanking hose. I just used a piece of hose, a bolt just to block one end, some clamps, and I'll be looking at placing that onto this outlet from the reservoir to blank that off as we pump fresh fluid from the reservoir by turning the wheels left to right from lock to lock. The fluid will be pumped through the system, and then as it returns, instead of returning back into the reservoir, that's where we'll have our extension hosing connected to the hose into the drain pan, or if you've got a bottle in my case. So I'm just going to take out most of the old fluid from here and then return, just for the interests of time. I'll be just pausing at certain stages and then returning before I commence the next stage. So see you in just a moment. Now that we have our camera in place, I'll just be looking to make sure everything's in frame. Excellent. Removing the cap, placing this somewhere for safekeeping. That can go aside. And I'm just using a very everyday syringe here just to take out as much of the old fluid as possible. So we'll be looking at like this. I mean, the fluid here today isn't too bad, but who knows what type of fluid it is, how old it is, and what the previous owners have used. So I'll just be looking at flushing as much, or not flushing, but removing as much of the old fluid this way to start with, and that way we can avoid making a mess. Beautiful. Alright guys, so I'll just hit pause just to save some time for anyone watching in the future, and come back once as much of the old fluid is removed. Excellent, back again. Now I was able to remove about a couple 100 mil from the top of this reservoir. As I mentioned, reasoning for this is as soon as we disconnect this bottom hose, any of the excess fluid will drop out. Now you can see that I've already put a little bit of a drop sheet to protect, apart from making a spill and a bit of a mess, actually protect the leaking power steering fluid from actually getting onto the alternator and causing potential issues. I've actually had a close friend of mine have an alternator actually fail due to power steering leaks, let alone all of the fluid emptying out into the alternator, positioned quite interestingly. Thank you, Ford. Excellent. So now I'm just going to loosen this hose clamp. Now there could be all sorts of hose clamps on in your case. There could even still be the factory spring clamp ones, but what I'm going to do is work on removing this hose and acting very quickly to place on my blanking plug. And should the actual return hose also be leaking, I'll be working very, very quickly to actually place where I've got a little bit of just a very generic coupling, like a hosing coupling, placing this into the return line and then also from there I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So thanks guys, I'm just going to meet you after I've done the next stage. Hi again guys, I've just thought of a plan here. I'm going to use just an empty smaller water bottle to place into and catch any of the leaking fluid from here once I've removed the lower hose. And again, thanks guys, I'll just pause and be with you just shortly. Hey again everyone, and that plan worked perfectly. I do recommend, yes, hovering a bottle close by, because as soon as I disconnected that lower hose, not only did it start gushing out from whatever was remaining at the bottom of this reservoir, started gushing out. We can see there a couple 100 mil. There was also some fluid gushing out from the actual hose itself. So I would recommend having your coupling and extension hose at the ready, wedge it in there so you don't make a mess everywhere, and absolutely have a drop sheet or some type of rag underneath this area so you don't make a mess and you don't get fluid onto your alternator. Excellent. So we'll be back once this is finished draining. I'll be blocking that off and showing you my next steps from there. Thanks guys, we'll be right back. Thanks again guys. So just bringing you up to speed, the blocking attachment. Oh, let's get a bit of a better video, a bit of a better angle here for you guys. So my blocking little attachment clamped on here, bolt in here, so that's blocked off. That return hose originally, I've now got my little male to male attachment, little coupling again connected here, and that clear hosing connected all the way through with some locking pliers, so it's nice and stable in the hose. We're now at a stage that we can fill the reservoir with the fresh power steering fluid, and then we can start to actually flush out the old fluid that's now still remaining in the system, in the steering rack and all the lines. So what I'll be looking is filling a couple 100 mil here, initially checking for any leaks in any of the work that we've done here. If there's no leaks here, then I'll be looking at filling a little more, then coming to the steering wheel and turning lock to lock, left to right, and checking that the fluid is actually coming up and out of the factory return hose here. So I'll be able to actually show you this process as I go. I've got a little bit of the angle that we need. Excellent, there we go, beautiful, very nice. Okay, just checking that the video is still rolling. Excellent, beautiful, good angle. So I'm going to move our syringe, pop that aside for safekeeping. Now there are some of the standard mineral oils. I've opted for the full synthetic, still meets all the Ford requirements. I believe this oil should not degenerate as quickly as the standard mineral oils, but this will be a bit of a test. Let's see how this goes after a couple 1,000 kilometers. And there seems to be some child anti-child proofing here. Very nice guys. So yeah, so I'm initially only going to put a couple 100 mil, not even, maybe, just to check that there's no leaks. And we have a funnel. I haven't thought about a funnel. Let's go get a funnel guys, I'll be right back. Excellent. So if your funnel doesn't fit, find another funnel that will fit. I'll be right back guys. Thanks guys, and as luck has it, looks like a water bottle. Whoop, let's bring the camera up. Looks like the water bottle actually is going to be and cut in half will be an awesome makeshift little funnel. Perfect. All right, let's adjust this so you guys can get a bit of a better view. Beautiful, that should work. Very nice, we're in action. Okay guys, so let's chuck just a little bit of fluid, new fluid in. This should be nice and clear. Excellent. All right, let's check for any leaks guys. There's probably not going to be enough fluid in the system to check for leaks, but initial preliminary checking can't hurt. Let's check that bottom hose and do it by feel if you can't see. Yes or no. Crazy wetness. Excellent guys, I think we're in business. We'll chunk a little more in. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on fluid levels in your container. So we had a litre, we're just about half 500 ml in. Alright guys, so let's have a bit of a gander inside and see how much fluid is in the reservoir. Okay, it's about 500 ml is right to the top. That's definitely overfilled for standard daily driving, but this is enough to flush the system. And what I've just noticed is that's excellent just from gravity. Looks like we've got a little bit of the old power steering fluid starting to come out. You can now see here. So I'm just going to go turn the wheel lock to lock, left to right, and apologies, and let's see if we can get the old fluid pumping out. And again, let's just check for any preliminary leaks. Nah, shit's mint, guys. All right, let's go for it. So left to right, so jumping to the car, turning initially full right, and that's excellent. That is perfect, guys. So we just turned fully to the right, and you would have seen the fluid, the old fluid that was in the system, coming out and pumping out of the system. So again, just checking. This is my first time with this Falcon here for a power steering flush, but I think we're in business, guys. Yep, that's excellent. So what I'll be doing is actually, continuing to top up with fresh fluid, not allowing the system to run empty, because we don't want there to be air sucked through the system as this is flushing. So I'll be continually, because I'm a one-man show today, guys, turning from left to right, lock to lock, and then coming back, checking and topping up the fluid until we can see clear and fresh fluid coming out and going into our empty bottles. So I'll do a little more, just turning left now. And I'll just pause and bring you back in a couple minutes time. That's right, I'll come back in a couple minutes time and you'll be able to see from pause to pause in the video the difference in the fluid. So we've got some air coming out, that's good. That might just be air getting sucked in, but we'll bleed the system should we need to. So again, we'll be back with you very shortly, and you can compare the color range as we continue flushing, adding, turning left to right, and then coming in, topping up as necessary. All right, we'll be back. So before and after. What a difference. All the fresh fluid that's just been finished pumping out on the left, and this is some of the fluid we started with. Definitely not black, but gonna definitely benefit the system having fresh fluids. So from this point going forward, I'm gonna wait until as much of this fluid that's in this extension hose has itself gravity fed back into the return line. Once that's happened, I'll rejoin you when I've disconnected my extension and reconnected to the factory reservoir outlet. Now it's going to be messy. Again, you're going to have to work quick, and there will be fresh fluid in the reservoir here. I've tried to work with very minimal fluid so that when I do disconnect I don't get a massive loss, but it will have to be almost 2 in 1, disconnecting 1 and 2, fluid coming out of both at the same time. What I'm going to start off with is actually disconnecting this one first, as it's not going to be draining with gravity. The actual reservoir will be draining with gravity, so I'll be disconnecting that last, my blocking hose there. So yeah, what a success here, guys. Looks like we will have a little bit of excess that won't gravity feed all the way back, but we'll pause and I'll come back and let's see how we go. Thanks, guys. Just to show you that if you want to try and avoid making a mess and all of the fluid in your extension hose is clear and fresh, if you wait long enough, we can see the fluid self-draining back into the factory return hose. I've already gone ahead and disconnected my blanking plug, and I've just put in the bottle again just to catch some of the remaining residual fresh fluid so it doesn't make a mess. And again, we know about the alternator. So I'll come back once this is finished draining, and you can let's see if we can get this on without making too much of a mess. Alright guys, be right back. Thanks guys, and now we're back with the return hose fitted, clamped down tight, again checking for leaks. From here we're going to fill up the reservoir, actually turn the car on and bleed out some of the air that's going to be in the system. Don't be looking to overfill the reservoir at this stage, guys. Probably what we'll do is do a little bit of left to right turning, top up just to keep things about halfway in the reservoir, and then we'll pop the car on the ground. Perhaps even go for a bit of a drive, come back, and over the next few days keep checking the level. But of course, we really want to be making sure that the fluid itself is at the factory recommended maximum, not when it's up in the air, because right now the car is tilted upwards. So excellent. Feel free to follow me on just this final little bit, and we'll pop our little camera holder here. Excellent. Just had a quick glance. Yep, we're empty at the moment, so say about 100 to 200 mil, something like that. So far we've gone through one whole bottle to flush and about 200 mil into this next bottle. Okay, we have some good fluid in there. I've just got a little bit more for luck at this stage because I know that there's going to be some air in the system. Excellent. Let's go start the car, guys. Let's come back and have a look. Have a look for leaks. Not leaks, excuse me. Have a look for air coming out of the system. Thanks, guys. What I found, guys, was as the air came out of the system and was starting to bleed itself out, the power steering pump itself quietened down. So, job success, and I hope this video helps others out there. But yeah, in summary, it really isn't a hard job. Just a little bit of patience. Definitely at least 1.5 liters. 2 liters, preferably, I guess 2 bottles will get you by with some for top-ups as needed. So I hope this video helps, guys. Flick something for luck. We're going to flick that reservoir for luck and lower the car down, go for a drive, check the fluid level, and then after a few days again, check the fluid level again and top up as needed. So very nice. Thanks, guys. Take care, and catch you guys next time.